Hello, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys, and well, I guess showing you guys, how to wear bright, bold makeup in more of a wearable, kind of realistic way. I know a lot of people are always looking at palettes or certain looks and just saying, I could never pull that off, when in reality it's just a little bit of knowledge of knowing where to place those fun, bold colors to kind of make it a little bit more wearable day to day. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys here in this video, is walk you through how I created this look to make it a little bit more comfortable to wear, and also kind of just to know what to do with those fun bright colors that you might just have sitting at the bottom of your makeup drawer. So instead of just blabbing on in this intro, let's go ahead and just dive right into the tutorial. When it comes to wearing a pop of color, there's really like three main ways to do it, and I think it'd be kind of fun to kind of highlight in 3 separate videos just 3 different ways that you can add like a really vibrant, bright pop of color without feeling like a clown or just completely uncomfortable, because I know for a lot of people, even venturing into eyeshadow in general can feel like a little crazy sometimes, or a little scary. Then thinking of using a bright blue, green, yellow, or pink or something like that is kind of like, oh my gosh, how could I even do that? I could never pull that off, or yada yada yada. In this first video, I'm going to show you, I think I want to play around with pink today. That's just kind of the first color, kind of pinkish red. I don't know, we'll kind of see where it goes, but ultimately the placement that I'm going to show you is kind of an inner corner. I'll insert a photo here of a look that I did last week just for fun, and you can see I just did a yellow pop of color right on the inner corner. I'm going to do something kind of similar to that today, but I am going to tweak it just a little bit as far as obviously the color. I'm going to use a different color, but also my placement. Besides doing the inner corner, something I really like to do is just like a bold wash of color all over my eyelid, and then kind of a nude lip, otherwise using like a bold color as like your eyeliner. So in this first video, I'm going to show you how to do it with the inner corner, and then I think it'd be fun to have 2 other videos showing you more looks that kind of incorporate that bright, bold color without being like so crazy. My biggest tip that I like to tell people is to take neutral colors and then add your pop of color with that. That's going to be your starting point. Today I'm going to go into the Shade and Light Contour Eye Palette from Kat Von D, and I'm just going to pick up like the most softest natural color to put in my crease. I did already put concealer on my eyelid as well as just like a loose powder, just so I have something to blend into. And all I'm doing is softening my edges. So I'm really just going in and taking just a soft brown and working my outer corner, and you can see circular motions, and then I'm working my way out. I always like to kind of really soften this outer corner, and I'm leaving this area open. You can see I have all this color here, but this for the most part is being left open. And for me, I personally am just gonna leave that. I might fill it in later, but I like to give myself options as I'm working. That way, if I decide I wanna go back in and add more color there or add a different color, then I have the ability to. So your eye shape is gonna determine how far up you bring this. If you have hooded eyes, my biggest tip is to do your eyeshadow open, because if you close your eye and you do all of this blending and then you open your eye, you're not gonna see it. So if you open your eye first and you're blending, then you know, okay, my crease has to come up at least this high in order to even be able to see it. That's just a little tip I like to tell everyone. That's like the main thing I tell people when I do makeup classes or lessons in the salon, is that everyone's eye shape is so different and techniques are gonna be different based on that. Hooded eyes, definitely need to work with your eyes open a heck of a lot more than somebody like me who has a lot of space to work with. Now that I've got that in there, I feel like I want to go just a little bit darker in the crease, just in that outer corner, just right through here. Just to give it a little bit more depth. That's just my personal taste. I like to kind of make sure I have a nice shape to my eye. And I'm gonna go back in with that bigger blending brush and just kind of make sure we're good and blended. All right, so now the fun stuff. I'm gonna pull out my Jawbreaker palette by Jeffree Star, and let's see what fun color we want. Ooh, okay. So we have lots of options. And initially my eyes kind of go to this pink, this one, and then almost this like coral color, but also this bubblegum is really pretty too. Cherry Wet is probably one of my favorite lipstick colors, so I think I'm just gonna go in with that. Couple options here. The biggest thing when using bright colors is you want to use a proper brush. I have a hair somewhere. A big thing with placing down really bright, vivid colors, obviously your first thing is going to be to make sure your shadows are really great quality, high pigmented, and actually have good payoff. Sometimes it's frustrating because people will go and buy a palette and it's all these bright vivid colors, and then you go to swatch it and it's chalky and gross and just not going to work with you. Definitely starting off with great eyeshadows is going to be key, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't get drugstore. There are definitely great drugstore like vibrant color options. I know I had a NYX palette that I got years and years ago for like an art show that I was involved in, and they were great quality, and it was like a $12 palette. So don't feel like you need to go out and like buy an expensive bright colorful palette, although they're amazing. Like I know the Huda Beauty ones are great and a lot of other ones, but just keep that in mind. What you're starting with product wise is going to be your biggest thing when it comes to vibrant colors. And then another thing is your brush. I went in and did like a fluffier brush for colors that I really want to be soft and diffused. And so now that I want to go in and really pack in the color, you want to use something that's going to be able to do that. A flat shader brush, something that's going to really be able to pack that color on. Another thing, your brushes, great quality. Obviously another thing, not necessarily need to be like super expensive, but great quality is going to set you apart from the rest. And then also using the correct brush for the different techniques you want to do. So I have like a tightly packed dome one here that's really good for like the inner corner, and then I have a flat one that's good if I want to like lay it down on my eyelid. So I'm gonna start with that first. Another tip with getting a lot of pigment out of products or out of eyeshadows is to spray your brush first with either your setting spray or water or something like that. I just have like the Mario Badescu spray right here. Let's go into Cherry Wet and just see where this takes us. I don't think I've actually used this color before. I think today I want to kind of follow my crease but then blend it like into my inner corner a little bit. I really want to pack this color on the side here on this inner corner and then bring it in just a little bit. So I have all the color on my brush, and I'm just going to start a little bit more conservatively and work my way up. It's a lot darker than what I anticipated, but that's okay. We will make it work. So I'm just tapping that in there. You can always go in and add more. I'm doing this from kind of far away in the mirror, so apologies. I have this really vibrant pink right on the inner corner, and I'll show you. I just literally just placed it there. What I want to do is I'm going to take like a softer brush here. I'm going to dip into, well, it's called F-U-C-K, so you can spell that one out for yourself. And I'm not spraying my brush on because I want this to be a little bit diffused. And I'm gonna blend it just right over top, but I'm mainly keeping the lower part darker and then bringing the lighter pink up higher. And then now what I'm gonna do with this brush, since it's like a really fluffier, easier to like blend stuff with versus like something that's like really stiff and rigid, and all I'm gonna do is ever so slightly fan that into the brown. You see that? Now I'm gonna go back into my brown, well, not into it, but into the brush that I used with no product on it, and I'm just going to feather it back this way. Bring that up and over. Might need to dip into a little bit more of your color. That's all good. And the point of this is to have fun, so don't stress out. It's just makeup. Now I'm just gonna take a plain brush. This one happens to be just like an angled brush. And I'm going to start from this middle section, and I'm gonna blend into that inner corner. You don't wanna go this way because then you're gonna end up with pink shadow all over your entire lid. So you're essentially wanting to take that brown into the pink. That makes sense. See the difference here between a blended line in here and if you were to just leave this? This is where it becomes more wearable versus this. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. The more you blend, the softer it's gonna appear, the less graphic it's gonna be, and just the more, I don't know, relaxed it'll be. Same on this side, starting from the middle. Go back in with my blending brush. A lot of this really is just back and forth blending. I'm gonna go in a little bit darker brown. If you are nervous about getting the shadow down here like I did, do your eyeshadow first and then do your makeup after the fact. Me, I don't really care. I'm just gonna. Now I'm going to just take this brush with nothing on it, and the product that I already have in that inner corner, I'm just going to play around with it to softly diffuse it, and I'm just ever so slightly bringing it towards the inner part of my eye, or the middle part, I guess. A lot of times when you're using bright colors, it's not about like continually adding colors, it's about kind of like placing color down and then taking a brush to manipulate it where you want it to go, because this could easily turn into like an entire pink eye look, and that's not what I want. And then what I just did, it's a little trick. I didn't like how far this was coming out this direction. I literally took a plain brush and it's hard to explain, but I just kind of flicked it in the direction that I wanted it to go. So now to match this one, I need to actually bring it out a little bit more, like blow it out a little bit. And I actually really like that color, that lighter color, F-U-C-K. But I am gonna go in one more time with it, kind of where your neutral color and that cherry wet meet. And I'm just looking at each eye, kind of making sure, got it? Okay. From here, it's pretty much up to you how you want to finish off the look. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of a highlight to the brow bone, really soft and matte, but lighter, just to kind of give a little pop. And then I think I do want to kind of just smudge out the bottom a little bit. Just going in with those brown tones that we used. And then I'm gonna take my brush. And there we go. So let's get some liner and some mascara. Actually, liner, I think I'm just gonna smudge my waterline, but not do like an actual liner. I'm just gonna go in with a gel liner and just press into my waterline. Oh, this look is so fun. I'm so excited. Let's get the mascara on and we'll be good to go. Oh, I am loving this. This is where we're at with the eyes. I just did the liner on the waterline and then mascara. You could definitely add lashes to this if you really wanted to, like, you know. I think for this look, I think I'm just gonna do a nude lip with some gloss. This is called Can't Relate by Jeffree Star. And I overline ever so slightly just to try and even out my lips, because I have scar tissue here from a lovely soccer incident, probably 15 years ago now. Nude lip is on. Let's do Aaron. And I could easily like just wear Cherry Wet, which is the color of that eyeshadow that I first used. I have that in lipstick. I could easily use that, but I'm trying to show you how this is like more wearable, and I feel like a nude lip for the average person is a lot more realistic. So there you guys have it. A fun way to use a pop of color without being a little bit too crazy or over the top, but just a way to make it a little bit more wearable. And you can definitely swap out the pink for any color you want. Even if you wanted to just do like a shimmer instead, if you are somebody that sticks to more of the neutrals and more of the matte finishes, even if you were to just swap that out for more of like a shimmer color to try something different, that's always fun. But I just thought that was fun to show kind of how you can use a pop of color without feeling like a clown. I guess that's the easiest way, because I just feel like a lot of people see bold palettes and they're just like, what would I ever use that for? You know what I mean? Like if you're not in a creative field or you just have a desk job or something like that, and you just wonder like, how would I ever incorporate that into my life? I just think this is a fun, easy way to play around with your makeup, but also incorporate some fun, bright colors. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I look forward to making more and kind of just playing around with more fun colors and everything, and just showing you guys how you can have fun with makeup without feeling like you have to go completely over the top and obnoxious with it, but ways that you can just kind of incorporate it into your day-to-day looks to have a little bit more fun with it. I appreciate you taking this time to watch this video. Please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe, and share it with somebody that you think you would enjoy watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.